Hello, it's Kim Butler. Today we're going to take a look at the idea of using whole life insurance instead of a bond account over your whole life. So as you can see on the screen, I have a Truth Concepts diversification calculator, and you can see on the right hand side the facts. So these are the facts of the case. We've got a 45-year-old. We're looking out over a 35-year period. Yes, people need to be working that long. We're going to put in $10,000 a year. That's split $6,000 to a stock account. I'm going to do this first look at just a 7% flat rate. We'll come back and look at an S&P 500 account in a minute. And then 4,000 of the 10 to bonds at 3%. And you'll see some other details here in a minute, but these are being rebalanced annually. We also have $250,000 of term insurance. That's a 30-year level. And I used a blended rate for just all of the taxes at 22%. So this is what we're looking at right here is diversification. So that you can see those facts again. Here's our $6,000 of savings, 7% rate of return, 1.5% management fee, a 22%, again, blended income tax rate. And as you can see, the bottom line of this is that we have a yield on assets of 4.21% and a yield to heirs of also 4.21 because the term insurance is actually going to get canceled as we look at it here in a little bit. So right now we're just looking at the stock account. This is 6,000 asset A, if you will, diversification with just the stock account. Again, just assuming a 7% flat rate of return. This is just part of the deal, but you will see down here on the right, this is the other bottom line to look at, and that is the total account value, and then the proceeds to heirs right now are just the account value. So this is just the stock part. Now when I go to B, now we have $4,000 a year going into the bond account. So here we have a 3% rate that we chose for the bonds, the same 1.5% management fee. And as is amazing, we have a very small yield on assets because from that account, essentially, maybe not literally, but holistically, we are taking the term insurance premium and we're canceling the 30-year level term at the 30th year. So that's age 74. And so here we have our bond account value and proceeds to heirs, which are only the bond account, because as you can see here, let me get back up there, the term insurance falls off right here. All right, now let's put these two things together. So here we have our $10,000 and a bit of a blended rate and the interest, and we have our term insurance expense and the death benefit, which again goes away at the 30th year. And then we have our total value of assets right here, $563,000. So I'll put that here so we can keep track. $563,000, which is the value of the assets. The same $563,000, which is the value to the heirs, and a 2.51% return. All right. Hopefully those facts are all clear. Now let's grab the other diversification calculator and see if we can make any improvements. And so if we just look again at the stock account, nothing is different there. We have all those facts the same. If we look at the bond account, so here's our 4,000, and we say, let's transfer that 4,000 to the permanent life insurance. This is a whole life product that is your high cash value, low death benefit approach. That might not be right for you. Maybe you should have low cash value, high death benefit, but nevertheless, that's what we're looking at right now. And I'll inch that over so we can see. So here we've got diversification 2, transferring the 4,000 to the whole life insurance product, and we are recovering the term premiums, basically putting them back in the bond account. And so when we look at those two things together, now we can see that we have a total of $720,000. So this is the stock account, a little bit of bonds, and the whole life insurance. So we are at $720,000. we have to the heirs 801,000, so 801K there. And then you'll notice up here on the yield of assets, we have two different numbers because now we have an actual yield on assets to the people that are putting the account in, us in this case, and then we have a different yield on assets to the heirs because of the life insurance death benefit. So you could say that the 3.7 is for those that are living and the 4.22% is for those that are remaining, the heirs. So without a whole lot of other detail, that makes for a pretty clear case of using whole life insurance as an alternative to a bond account. And we'll do another video taking a look at the S&P 500 for the stock account. And it is very interesting. I didn't point this out. Notice that we are rebalancing. Well, this actually kills the account. And yet, if you don't have to do that because you own whole life, your stock account is enabled to perform a lot better. So we'll take a look at that. Enjoy.